Welcome to Hero Wars Info. My name is Ryan. Today we are going to be going over war flags and war patterns, figuring out what is best, what is not the best, what you should be thinking about. So currently in the game, there are 7 different war flags. We have the War Flag of Fervor, which increases tank energy gain by 10%. We have the War Flag of Pet Strength, which increases the pet skill power by 10%. The War Flag of Decline decreases the enemy's team's healing by 10%. The War Flag of Recovery increases your healing by 10%. War Flag of Swift Warriors, which speeds up skill cooldown for warriors by 5%. The War Flag of Frost, where every 18 seconds, Frost is cast on enemies, reducing their skill levels by 2. The effect lasts 8 seconds. And then lastly, the newest one that has come out, the War Flag of Readiness, gives 100 energy to the rearmost hero in your team at the start of the battle. This effect repeats every 20 seconds. Every red pattern applied increases the amount of bonus energy by 20. So, what's the best war flag? Well, I have my personal favorites, and you'll probably notice because those are the ones that I've built up. Let's go ahead and start with the War Flag of Fervor. So, back in the day, a few months ago really, I was using Aurora constantly, and this flag in particular with Aurora is amazing. So that's really the first one that I built out. Now that Lyria is in the game, you don't see Aurora that much unless it's specific teams. This flag is still good though. It can still be used for a lot of different tanks. This would be a very good flag for Corvus. It would be a very good flag for Rufus. It'd be a very good flag for Astaroth, just to name a few. So all of those are still like a positive area where this flag would still be a very good flag to utilize there. So I would definitely put this one still in the top 3 for me. Next up, War Flag of Pet Strength. So this increases pet skill by 10%. So what does that mean? Let's go ahead and go to the pets, and I'm going to show you exactly what that means. So in the Sanctuary, in your pets, you'll notice right here there are different stats. So you have your skill power, patronage power, and armor penetration. Now these ones on the right that you can see here, that increases patronage power. What does that mean? That means that if it is assigned to a specific hero, so if I have like Fenris on Lara, for example, then it's going to give these particular stats at the very top right here, right? These bonus stats. And it will also help increase the patronage skill right here for this one in particular, blinding chance. So what is skill power? Well, skill power is what you would be able to utilize with their active skills. Now, skill power only applies to the main pet of your team. So, for example, if I had a skill power of Axel, it would basically increase that percentage that I have currently by 10%. It would not apply that to the patronage on Axel, though. Only to the Axel's first 2 active skills. And the same is true of every single pet, where that pet strength is increased by 10% there. So what does that mean? Well, pets are pretty strong for the most part. You really want their abilities can really change the course of a battle, and so increases the pet's skill power by 10% overall can be a difference maker depending on the pet that you're utilizing. So I use this one quite a bit. This is actually my preferred one, and I'll talk about patterns lately, but this is my preferred flag with a lot of physical attack teams, just because the pet skill power is very good there. Third favorite currently is the Frost, where every 18 seconds, Frost is cast on enemies, reducing their skill levels by 2. The effect lasts for 8 seconds. The reason I like this one is only if you have a team that is designed to last a long time. So we're talking like a multi-tank team, a team that has a lot of healing. The reducing their skill levels by 2 basically decreases their chances of specific abilities actually applying. So a lot of heroes that have, for example, stun abilities, blind abilities, it will be based off of the skill level. So if they're level 130, they'll have the max amount of skill level that they can. But if it goes down by 2, 128, they'll have a less chance of hitting you with that particular effect because their skill level's reduced. So while this isn't a huge effect, if it ever does get applied, it can really be a difference maker depending on the skill that is getting reduced. So this is more in here for more a wild card effect, because you never know if it's actually going to be effective or not. But whenever I'm looking at flags and patterns, my main goal is to figure out, okay, what could be potentially change something from a loss to a win. And this War Flag of Frost does have the potential to do that. Now, the 3 flags that I'm not really using is enemy healing reduction. The main reason I'm not using this is it's very counterable. A lot of teams don't have any healing, and this would be completely worthless without a healer on that team. And even if they do have a healer, there's a lot better ways to stop enemy healing. You can do Biscuit as a main pet. You could do Celeste, for example. So this flag doesn't really appeal to me that much. Increases all healing by 10%. Sure, it's nice. Maybe it keeps your heroes alive just a tiny bit longer. But I haven't really seen this be a difference maker in between a death and alive that would then the other hero would be able to kill the opposing team. So this, I guess, would work great if you had multiple healers in your team and you were just trying to do like kind of a survive defense team. Maybe it works in that condition. But other than that, not my favorite. Warrior Swiftness. I like this ability. It speeds up skill cooldowns for warriors by 5%. The one thing I don't like is this doesn't apply to any teams that don't have warriors. So unless it's warriors specifically, I would not be using this flag. And since it does cost a lot to build up patterns, you really want to be kind of particular in the flags that you build up. You'll notice that I have 3 flags built up. The reason I have 3 is I want 3 different flags for Grand Arena. So I would choose one, especially if you're a new player. Choose one that you think is the best, build that one up to as much as you can, and then start to build the other 2. That's the best way to do it. Eventually, you will get to the point where you probably could have all of them filled out, but it is going to cost a lot, especially if you're trying to upgrade these patterns to the max. Then lastly, we have our War Flag Readiness. This came out last month. This one I could see being pretty good. For those of you that don't know, what is 100 energy? 100 energy is 10%. 1,000 energy means that they're ready to ult. So 100 energy is 10%. And if you have 3 red flags, they basically get 16%. 16% energy every 20 seconds. This could be good. This could, again, change the course of a battle, potentially. I might use this flag later on. It really depends on if I can pair it up with a hero at the rearmost, like a Martha, a Aiden, that where I can see a big difference whenever they're going into battle because they're getting this excess energy. Let's go ahead and talk about patterns now. So we have a lot of different types of patterns. We have magic attack, magic defense, physical attack, armor, enemy dodge reduction, armor penetration, enemy crit hit chance reduction, magic penetration. So I'm going to go through what I currently have and give you my favorites. And the War Flag of Fervor, kind of my main one. It's a little bit of a hybrid. I have the physical attack, magic attack, and armor. This is really designed for multi-teams. If I have some magic and some physical attack heroes, I'll combine them together and use this flag. It can be pretty solid overall. I love the physical attack and the magic attack patterns. I think you should have those depending on the flags that you build out. At least one of those on every single one. The War Flag of Pet Strength, I have physical attack, armor penetration, and armor. So this is the one that I currently use for my physical attacking team. If you are trying to build flags out for particular teams, make sure you do have these 2 in particular. Physical attack pattern, armor penetration pattern. Like that, those 2 go hand in hand. So those are very good together. Now, I put armor as my 3rd. Because I like to put a little bit of extra defense on here. If you put magic defense, I would not have any problem with that because it could be very vital as well. But I chose armor usually, especially for this team, is because if I am facing a magic team, I'll usually probably just bring Isaac in there, right? So the magic defense is not going to do as much as an armor, which is going to be a little bit harder to defend against. Then lastly, the War Flag of Frost. This one is considered my basically shield. I use this with a double tank strategy where I have armor, magic defense, and magic attack. The team that I use this with is actually my my Grand Arena team of Rufus, Julius, Nebula, Heidi, and Martha. It's just to increase the armor and magic defense for these two so that these two can pull up shields and these two can speed the team up, and the magic attack to help out Heidi do more damage. Now, what are the flags that you should be thinking about, or the patterns that you should be thinking about? Let's go through them. I already told you I love magic attack. I think magic defense is pretty solid. Physical attack is great. Armor increase, also solid. Enemy dodge reduction, I think this is worthless. This used to be kind of a thing to stop Dante teams. Not enough to do it. So it is significantly better to just use Illyria in here. And if you don't have Illyria, you should be building her out. But she's much better at doing enemy dodge reduction than this pattern would be. So don't use this pattern. Find something else. Then we have armor penetration pattern, which is also very good. I always try to use that with physical attack increase. Then we have the enemy crit chance reduction. I don't really get this pattern either. If you are trying to stop enemy crit chances, there are heroes that you can use, right? Helios is good. He'll kill critical hit heroes because he'll stop them. You can use Amira. Amira is fantastic at stopping crit hit chance teams because it makes them miss consistently. So I think this pattern is not very good. The enemy dodge reduction, enemy crit chance, I do not think you should be doing those. Lastly, we have magic penetration. You can see this is actually the one I'm trying to build up right now so that I can add it to this team. I'm going to take away this physical attack pattern and just have the magic attack and magic penetration so that this can be my magic flag. So I'm going to have one magic flag, one physical attack flag, one kind of defense flag, if you can think of it like that. So what should you be doing for your teams? Well, it really depends on the teams. And I'm sure they're going to have more patterns that come out. I'm sure they're going to have more flags that come out. And as they do that, you really have to figure out what is going to be my main team. What are the flags and patterns that are going to be best for me? Now, in terms of building out these patterns, if you're brand new to Hero Wars, if you haven't seen these before, the patterns can be upgraded by clicking onto the actual patterns. And you can see here, I need 2 gray patterns and 150 golden thread to upgrade to a green pattern. Then I would need 2 green patterns to upgrade to a blue, 2 blue to a orange, 2 orange to a red. So it's going to require a lot of these patterns to get to a point where you can have these red patterns at the top. And if you're trying to upgrade these patterns, there is a possibility, but it is going to require a lot of golden thread, and there's a big percentage that it's not going to help at all. So let's take, for example, let's use magic attack. Right now it is 13%. That is actually relatively high. There's only 2 better chances above it. We have a 13.5% and a 16%. And you can see the odds on the left. So if I clicked on upgrade here, I would be spending $37.50 I would have a slightly below 10% chance to upgrade the pattern. Otherwise, those go completely to waste. So how should you upgrade here? Well, in my personal opinion, I would upgrade each one time. Hope that you get as high as you can. But the first time that you're upgrading a pattern, it's actually going to be guaranteed for it to get better. And let's see if I can find an example here. Most of these are kind of upgraded though. So this one's upgraded too, but I would have about a 43% chance to go further. And you can see here the buff that would happen with each of those percentage chances. So that has a decent probability. This one has like a 24% probability. That one also is very high armor. This one, 24% probability. and a 24% probability. So all of them are pretty low. So I'd make sure to upgrade all my patterns once before figuring out which one is going to be the best and trying to upgrade that one to the max. Now, again, it's very low probability you're going to be getting this. If you said, hey, what is the absolute one that I think you should upgrade? Armor penetration is very, very good. Magic penetration is very, very good. I'd probably be focusing on those first before moving to the physical attacks and magic attacks, and then doing some of the defense, like the armors or the magic defense. So that's just my personal opinion on what you should be upgrading. Hopefully this was helpful. Thanks so much for watching. We'll talk with you soon.